So you beautiful people, it's Trakky and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to go through the patch notes for patch 1.24 and we're also going to take a quick look at the Call of Duty blog as it gives us some nice actual screenshots of what's coming in the season and a bit more of an in-depth explanation as to what to expect in terms of content. So let's go through the season 5 patch notes and we're going to specifically focus on Warzone as we always do on this channel. Now if you just want to get going and get into it yourself, then I will be linking these down in the description for your viewing pleasure, so don't feel like you're obliged to stay here. And again, we're gonna kind of gloss over the Modern Warfare stuff, so we're not even really going to touch that. So let's talk about the patch size, because this has been a problem every single patch and it seems like this game just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It is quite ridiculous that the game has got to the size that it is. But the patch version update, the patch will be 36 gigs on the PlayStation 4, 49.8 on the Xbox One, and then 54.2 for Modern Warfare owners and 47.4 for just Warzone free-to-play owners on PC. So it's just a ridiculous size game now, isn't it? It is really big, and I'm hoping this is something that they do figure out for the new generation consoles. I'm sure they will. But the compression of this game seems to be really weird. I know they've got better as time has gone along, but it is getting to a point now where people are legitimately having to delete stuff off their consoles just to play this game, which is never something that you should be forced to do as a consumer. Anyway, let's get into the patch notes because I digress. So Warzone, in terms of the playlists, we have Battle Royale duos, trios, quads, solos, buyback, previously called Stimulus, Blood Money quads, and now a mini Royale trios, fast-paced battle royale in a condensed area of Verdansk. Sounds interesting. It's similar to what Fortnite did in terms of Blitz. The gas was really potent and it moved really quickly, so that'll be enjoyable for those of you who prefer a more traditional paced Call of Duty but are still interested in battle royale games. So in terms of general fixes, we finally got, and this should have came out with the game really, the addition of Weapons Inspect, which is really nice because you've got the gunsmith in this game, and then to go on to that, you've now got Weapons Inspect to see, because there are some pretty awesome looking guns in this game. They've done really well with the actual details. Fixed for an issue where store bundles images could get stuck on previous bundles image when scrolling on PC. Fixed to prevent screen tearing. Fixed for an issue where Price and Gaz occasionally lose their eyes models while navigating various menus. Yeah, that was pretty scary, that was. Fixed a bug where the headshots only option is set in custom games. The male operator boxes aren't functioning properly. Oh wow. So instead of people choosing the female characters because they're slimmer and they apparently have smaller hitboxes, the male hitboxes just weren't functioning properly. That's an interesting one, that really is. Fixed an issue where the default scope for the Rytec AMR cannot be customized. Fixed a bug for where the care package, Juggernaut and emergency airdrops were not getting properly refunded to the player if there were too many vehicles. Refunding kill streaks message in custom game. So I'm kind of skimming through this and there's not really anything I would say in here. Okay, stopping power rounds are now preserved when weapons are dropped. That's a quite interesting change. But let's just jump straight into the Warzone aspect of the video because that is what you guys have come here for, really. New Warzone loot items as we go through every season. The floor loot changes just to refresh the game, which is a much welcome change in my personal opinion. I really like that they do that, and we have new things to get used to and new favorite weapons. When you land in, you get it, you know you're gonna tear. So that is a good change. Gulag weapons will now rotate every week between 4 sets in total. So to try to keep the gulag fresh as well and keep it about the skill gap, which I really like, and that's what it should really be. I wish they would get rid of any paraphernalia, tacticals and lethals, and just leave it purely down to gun skill. Now that's what the gulag should be in my personal opinion, but again I digress. Increased effect damage range for all semi-auto DMR and semi-auto sniper rifles. Increased effective range for the FR 5.56. So the FAMAS has actually got some love and got a buff there. Will it be utilized in Warzone? I don't really know. I can't really say. It seems like it doesn't get no love at all. It's probably the worst weapon in Warzone at the moment. Fix for a bug where the player's physics could be controlled by the helicopter while their parachutes out. Fix for an issue where players were unable to call in airstrikes. That one they said they fixed previously, but it didn't work at all. Apparently there was allowing 3 in specific areas, but they've finally actually sorted this out, thank the Lord, because there's been many a times where I'm engaged with a team that I could easily wipe out, or one of my teammates could easily wipe out. We've all got airstrikes, we can't use them, we get dealt with, and we're peed going back to the lobby basically. Fix seen invalid pings on heartbeat sensor. Okay, so that was I wasn't going crazy then. there's someone on my heartbeat, someone's close, and then you all clench up and you're all nervous, and you're there for 5 minutes and not find nobody. Added new VO lines to warn players of enemy recon drones being called in near them. Battle Royale only. Previously, the most wanted contract could respawn dead players. Now it can respawn players in the gulag in any state. Fix for the alive in gas challenge timer. So that's basically the patch notes, and I'm also going to go over to the blog for those of you who want a bit more detail, who are not necessarily going to get a chance to play this game today. So here's the season 5 roadmap. We've got obviously new maps coming in. Not really going to talk about the multiplayer. Stadium's open. Train station interior. So in my video yesterday, I did see people skydiving into train station and thought to myself, I don't remember seeing that. And that's why, because the train station interior is now open. Exterior ascenders, basically grapple hooks, the train, and then we got a new operator, Lurch, who looks like Dave Batista, but I can't remember his name now. Oh well, shameful that is. Search and destroy, double down. AN-94, which is one of my favorite weapons of all time. SMG, the ISO. And then we have a new mini royale mode, Juggernaut drops and mastery challenges. These will be updated throughout the season. So let's just take a little look at what they've been saying, because I like the screenshots of these. So there you can see Lurch. Looks like he's using the FAMAS there. I'm not 100% sure, but stadium does look like it's quite big, and what it looks like is emergency spot for the army. You have tents in the middle, so it's not just an open field where you're going to get blown to smithereens. There is plenty of cover there, and let's just read this little summary here. Stadium gets cracked. As you might have gathered by now, the Acropolis National Arena, aka the Verdansk Stadium, is receiving a multitude of new visitors. Now the Shadow Company announced their presence in an explosive roof-based insurgent. Time to retool your strategy, rethink your drop plans around this massive superstructure, complete with a pitch surrounded by rows of seating, an additional underground parking structure, a concession stand lobby, as well as other multiple interior concourse and field accesses you can secure and complete to control. So it's got a lot of ground to cover, and there are a lot of nooks and crannies that people are going to be accessed. Believe me when I say to you, this is the hot drop of the game now. This is going to be the most populated area for at least 7 days, I'd say, if not the rest of the season. Very interesting that they've done this. So the train, Mr. Train Driver, so I'm excited about this one. Can you drive it? That's what I want to know. So the stadium isn't the only large-scale location getting interior access. The ordinate and imposing Verdansk train station is also open for operation. The station's building feature a number of inside locations to explore, all linked to the main ticket hall and platforms. This significantly changes the overall look, feel, and tactical outlook in and around this area in the Warzone map. Now, this is very true because the train station, you could get caught on one side of it, and if the gas was too close to you, you wouldn't make it around. So it's nice to know that we get to go in the interior now and explore. It's going to be campers paradise. Let's not you know, let's not beat around the bush. So freight train, which is my other vehicle, my daily driver, should say. The freight train on tracks for epic confrontations. A hulking freight train is on a path of destruction, and it is up to you and your fellow operators to use this locomotive behemoth to your tactical advantage. The train rolls through one of the main arterial railroad tracks that circumnavigates the southwestern part of Verdansk in a large loop. It can be a source of protection, epicenter of firefights, and even offers some exceptional takedown potential if your team claims the train for themselves and guards it with additional vehicles and heavy weaponry. Now, I have saw that it did have like the turrets and stuff like that on there, so it is an awesome looking train. That just looks like there ain't nothing that's gonna stop the damn thing. I wouldn't mind a go on that, I tell you that now. I'd get myself in real trouble. But if it works similar to the likes of the Apex Legends train, and they make a high loot train as well, then it really will encourage people to go to it. If it isn't a high loot thing, I think it will be a gimmick for a couple weeks in the season, and then people will leave the thing alone because it will probably be too hot to handle in terms of staying on it. I think they should make it a high loot zone, and have specific guns that you can obtain only on the train. That would be a very good idea, but we haven't played it yet, so we don't know what they've done. But that is the freight train, which is one of the more major changes to this season. So I'm not really going to read the description for this because it's quite obvious. But now, anytime you are having any grief with snipers, there are lots of locations which have these grapple hooks. Now, the only problem I can see with these is if they make too much noise and someone's savvy enough, they'll be waiting for you when you come up to the top. I'm hoping they're not too intrusive in terms of noise, and it is going to be a good addition. However, we have to see how this one plays out, because the grapple hooks that are already in the game are a problem. You have to do this stupid animation to get off them, and by the time you've done that animation, you're dead. The airport tower is a prime example, and the tallest skyscraper in downtown, it's the same scenario in that particular one. People just wait with a nice heavy piece of weaponry and just take you out as soon as you get up to the top. So I think that's pretty much we've got the mini royale as I've mentioned already. We've got weapon rotation, I've mentioned already. We've obviously got a lot of nice new he's bright orange, isn't he? He wants to get sore. We've got a lot of new operator skins and so forth. So it's looking like a very interesting season, and I'm hoping that it's got some longevity. So guys, that's the patch notes and the season 5 blog. Let me know down in the comment section, what is your favorite piece that you saw so far, and are you interested to go to any particular location? Is it the stadium? Is it the train? Or do you want to get your hands on the AN94 like me first and see exactly what that baby does? Guys, there are many buttons you could hit, but a like and subscribe button, I hope they tickle your fancy, and as always guys, don't forget to stay on the right track. Peace.